So there's a lot of chatter in the IT world about the AWS Solutions Architect exam, specifically the switch from the CR version to the new CSAN. The big question everyone seems to have is what's actually changed? Do you need to throw out everything you learned?
That's the $1 million question, right? And the good news is you can take a deep breath. It's more of an evolution than a revolution. The core domains are pretty much identical.
Okay, so if you're looking at the new SAA-C SAN exam, you don't have to panic. The domains are almost exactly the same as the old CR version, but I see the big change is in the weighting. It looks like AWS is pulling back a bit on resilient and high-performance designs to give more room to cost optimization, which now makes up a full Baffinger-Arscher of the grade.
It's a classic move in the early days of cloud. Everyone just wanted things to work and scale infinitely, no matter the cost. But now, the C-suite is looking at the monthly statements and asking, why is our AWS bill so high? This update is basically AWS telling architects that being good now also means being cost effective. They're not changing the map, they're just changing the tools, shifting the focus from building at any cost to building with a budget in mind.
That makes perfect sense. So the blueprint is familiar, but the priorities have shifted toward the bottom line. But what if you've already put in the work for the old version? Is that effort wasted?
Not at all. And that's where the timing comes into play.
Right. There's been some confusion about whether the SACR is still, legal now that CSAN is out. The short answer is yes. AWS certifications last for 3 years, and they don't actually distinguish between versions on your actual certificate. So if you were studying for the older version, you could have still taken it right up until the August Arschizoth cutoff.
Exactly. So if you were Baffinger of the way through your prep, the smart move was just to race to the finish line. Your employer isn't going to care if it's CR or CSAN. They just want to see that certified badge on your LinkedIn profile. The certificate looks the same whether you passed on Monday or Tuesday, so you just had to get it done.
It's all about that 3-year window, but for those who are starting fresh or missed that cutoff, the challenge is tackling the new CSAN material efficiently without getting buried in documentation.
Right? And that's a whole other strategy. You don't have to boil the ocean.
For those aiming for the CSAN in Landhandling Archeolog, I've seen that providers like Spoto have released updated exam dumps that are designed to be a direct mirror of the real test. They're focusing on a high-speed approach, giving candidates verified questions and answers so they can get certified without the traditional hundreds of hours of manual study.
It's basically a surgical strike for your career. I mean, they even offer a money-back guarantee, which tells you how confident they are that their material matches the current industry trends and exam patterns. It's a huge signal.
But does this actually help in the long run, or is it just about cramming to pass a test?
Well, here's the aha moment for a lot of people. For many pros, they already have the skills from their daily jobs. They're working in AWS every day. They just need to bypass the exam speak and the tricky phrasing that AWS loves to use in its questions. Using a resource like Spoto isn't about skipping the knowledge. It's about aligning your existing real-world knowledge with the specific way AWS frames its questions.
Got it. So it's about bridging that gap between knowing the tech and knowing the test. And that's the roadmap for the SAA-C SEN. So to wrap this all up, what are the absolute key takeaways for someone navigating this exam?
Okay, 4 simple things. First, the weighted shift. Saxon's all about cost optimization, now making up Baffinger-Arscher. Think efficiency, not just performance. Second, version neutrality. Your certificate is valid for 3 years, period, CR, CSEN. It doesn't matter on the credential itself. Third, that transition deadline for CR was Arling Arnian Bayer Arshajiorit. If you're starting now, you are Baffinger Bay in the CSAN world. And finally, look into efficiency tools. Things like Spoto's verified dumps for Landhandling Archeolog are designed to get you past the finish line on your first try by focusing on what's actually on the exam.